How are we doing, guys? Welcome to another predictions video. This time we're at Manchester United. Now, some of these ratings are going to be shooting up. Some of these ratings are going to be dropping quite low. And you'll see a Chris Smalling, who's obviously returning from his loan spell from Roma. There's no current sort of thing out there that's saying that Smalling's going to stay with Roma. It looks as if he's going to come back, and he could be a massive addition to Man United this season if he gets game time, because he played very well. I mean, just going off of purely like informs and stuff for the year at Roma, he was incredible. He had a great season in Roma. Everyone said how well he played. A lot of people said he was fantastic, one of their best defenders. And if he comes back to United, if he can carry on with that, he might just have a decent rating. Let's start in goal though, De Gea. Now, he's still a good goalkeeper, but he's had a lot of mistakes this year. And when you're a goalkeeper, any mistakes you make do get punished. Now, I don't know that he's going to drop a lot because he's still a world-class keeper. But, however, I could see him dropping as low as an 87. I feel like he's going to get overtaken by Edison because Edison had the Golden Glove for the year. Alisson obviously had another good year with Liverpool. You've actually got Dean Henderson, who I think might be coming back to United as well. I was tempted to throw him into the video, but I don't think he's going to get anywhere near as close to a rating as David De Gea. I still think 87. He does deserve to come down because he didn't have a great season, especially after the restart. A few mistakes, costly goals. So I think an 87 for De Gea. Let me know what you guys think. Wan-Bissaka, solid season. I think he had one of the most amount of tackles in the league. Very solid season. He's a very good defensive player. Obviously, the medium-high work rate is fantastic for a right-back on FIFA as well. I reckon we could see him go up to an 81. I think a +2 would be quite good for him. Did play quite well. United did actually keep quite a few clean sheets as well this year. So he's a player that probably deserves a bit of a boost. Let's move on to Harry Maguire. Now, I don't feel like he should be one of the most expensive defenders in the world. I just don't see it, to be honest. He's got no pace as well, so for FIFA purposes, he's pretty bad. Do I see him getting lowered, though? That's the question. I genuinely think he might stay as an 82. To be honest, I'm not sure why. But I personally would drop him maybe to an 81. I don't think he's done enough to justify the same rating, but I think he'll stay as an 82. Now, Smalling had a ridiculous season. If we search here, if I actually remove Smalling from the search really quickly and just have a look here, you can see he did get into the team of the season. He had 2 informs as well, an 83 and an 85. He had a headliner card, which was the special one as well. And like I said, team of the season. So I think we could see Smalling go up to at least an 83, if not an 84, maybe even an 85. I personally would say an 83. If he does get up into the mid-70s for pace, that's going to be a very, very good starter defender to have for your teams. I think he deserves to go up to at least an 83, but they might stretch him out even further. Don't know what you guys think of that. Now, at left back, I was going to put Luke Shaw in, but I think Williams has been starting most of the games recently for United. I don't think he'll get a mega boost, but because it's Man United, I don't think they'll leave him as a silver. I think he might go to, say, a 75 rated gold player because he's playing quite a lot. He's still very young. He's got a long career ahead of him. He's a decent player, but he definitely still needs to learn. He is still learning the game, obviously. But I think he could get boosted quite a bit. I just don't think they'll keep him as a left back, as a silver, if he's going to start for United week in, week out. I think he'll go to a 75. However, they have got Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw actually seemed to play a lot better this year when he was playing, so I think he would stay the same. Luke Shaw, can't see him getting boosted if he does. Let's go into the midfield. Now, I wasn't sure whether to put Fred, Mata, Matic or Lingard. Lingard's terrible. He needs to be reduced by a massive amount. Fred, bit of an on and off season. There was a sort of start of the season people were like, we need to get rid of him. And then he sort of became quite a big part of the team. I think he'll possibly stay as a 79. I don't know if he'll get a boost. Maybe he'll go to an 80, but that would be quite generous. I think he should stay around the same. Let's go on to Paul Pogba. 88 is very high for him. On his day when he's playing and he's fighting for the badge and he's playing for the team, he can be fantastic. He can be fantastic, but there's so many times where his attitude is wrong. He just seems to give up, or he'll try like some skills, he'll lose the ball, he won't track back. It's a tough one for Pogba because on his day, he definitely deserves that high rating. But on the general sort of week by week, I don't think he's good enough on a consistent basis at the moment for United. That's not me saying he's a terrible player or a bad player. He's still a world-class player, but I just don't think 88 rated suits him anymore. I think maybe 87. 86 if VA are being really harsh. I think an 87 though. Now, the man that has changed Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes. He was an 85 when he got a transferred card over to United. I think this guy needs to be at least 88, even 89. He's absolutely integral to the Manchester United squad. Fernandes is like what Kevin De Bruyne is to Manchester City. He makes the team tick. Everything goes through Bruno. Yes, a lot of people go, oh, but most of his goals are penalties. He's an incredible penalty taker. And United create a lot of opportunities in and around the box to win those penalties. Pure, plain and simple. I think Bruno should go to an 89 because I think I said that De Bruyne deserves to be at least like a 93, maybe a 94. So I think Bruno is probably one of the best midfielders in the Premier League behind Kevin De Bruyne. I think he should go to an 89. I think he might go up to maybe an 88, but I think he deserves an 89. Let's go to the front three. Now, Mason Greenwood has come onto the scene and has been absolutely incredible recently for Manchester United. He probably deserves to go up into a gold card quite easily. Up, I reckon he could be pushing an 80 rated player. He deserves a lot more speed. He deserves a lot of skills. His shooting's very, very good, and his dribbling is insane. So I think he needs to get pace, dribbling, shooting boost. I think his passing deserves a little bit of a boost in his physical as well. Obviously not really a defensive player, so his defending can stay as low as it wants. I think he should go to about an 80 because this guy has had an incredible, incredible run after the break in the season. So I think he deserves a mega, mega boost. I don't know how you guys feel, but I think it would justify him going to an 80 rated in my opinion. Marcus Rashford. Now, 83 is quite a decent rating anyway for him. He's got pace, obviously. His shooting's great. He has been playing fantastically well again after the break. I feel like he maybe deserves a little bit of a boost. I don't think he's going to get a mega, mega boost. I was going to just quickly look at the Premier League stats as well. But I just don't know if I see Rashford getting a crazy, crazy boost. He's already an 83, like I said. Obviously, I think Vardy was boosted up to an 85 this year. So, you know, Vardy was strong, and Vardy obviously was up there for the Golden Boot, wasn't he? So, but goals, you got Rashford and Martial were tied on 17 each. Rashford also had joint highest assists with 7. He had the most amount of shots for Man United. He did have the most offside, but I do think he's possibly one of United's best players at the moment. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes was absolutely incredible. But yeah, Rashford and Martial both scoring 17 goals each in the Premier League. It's quite an achievement, really. And yeah, 7 assists as well for Marcus Rashford. I think he could go to an 85. I don't think he'll go any higher than 85, though. I feel like that would be fair. He's obviously very quick, great shooting. His dribbling's great as well. I think 85 would be fair for him. Martial, again, is an odd one because Martial is a bit like Pogba. He's very hit and miss. When he's playing great, he's a great player. So at the end of the season, after the sort of the COVID break, he actually played incredibly well and he was a massive, massive goal threat, hence 17 goals in the league. Would he be boosted as much as Rashford? I don't think so. I feel like the first half of the season, Martial didn't do as much though. So I think 83 would be fair to stick with, but I can see him being raised to an 84. I'd like to see him as an 84 because an 84 Martial with an 85 Rashford would be incredible. And if you could get Bruno in there as well, making him really solid at maybe like an 89, United are going to have a scary squad. Now, looking at the 3 subs that I've picked, I mean, these guys are just players that I've picked out. Ighalo was a very good player for United. Didn't always score a lot of goals, but his hold-up play is fantastic. His strength, his physicality is just great and is what United were missing when they sold Lukaku. So Ighalo, I can't see him getting a mega boost, maybe up to an 80, but I think anything above 80 would be a bit generous for him. Let's go on to Lingard now. This guy had no goals or assists for the whole season, I believe, until the 98th minute of the final game. I think he had 1 goal to his name, and that was where he robbed Kasper Schmeichel at the end of the season. But yeah, 22 appearances, 1 goal. Not exactly a great kind of play for the season. Yeah, wasn't really great. I mean, if we look at his stats from this season, no assists and 1 goal. Lingard needs to be dropped to like 77 or something because he's just not a good player, is he? He's just not a good player. But I don't know. I don't think he's definitely nowhere near an 82. So I think he should drop to at least a 77. I think he might go to an 80. Yeah, it'd be harsh to give him a -2, but I think -5, to be honest, would be great. 1 goal in the 98th minute of the last game of the season. 0 assists from a midfielder. It's just not good enough. It's just not good enough for that kind of player. Lindelof, he's getting a lot of hate lately. He's not been playing fantastically well in recent games, but I don't know. I don't see him starting if Smalling stays and if Smalling goes into the starting 11. I think Lindelof, 81, is probably a fair reflection. He can be decent. He can have a few mistakes in his locker. I don't really see him going up or down. I think an 81 would be fair. Let me know what you guys think anyway with this. Obviously, my opinions are quite impartial. I'm quite a neutral fan because I support Reading. So, yeah, maybe I'll do a Reading review where all players are silver, but we'll see about that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think if you're a United fan. Let me know, have I got the ratings right? Have I got them terribly, terribly wrong? Is there anyone else you'd like to see? Obviously, I thought about putting Sancho in the video because there's rumours they might sign him, but when there's no confirmed transfers, I won't be including those players for speculation. The players, I think, the ones to watch this year, Greenwood, Rashford, Martial and Bruno Fernandes this year, because if Bruno has another cracking season, he's going to be absolutely fantastic. The star player is going to be Fernandes, and I think Greenwood could have a good season if he plays the whole year. But like I said, do let me know what you think if you're a United fan, and if you're not a United fan, let me know what your ratings would be for these guys. Do leave a thumbs up if you have enjoyed the video, and do subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you for another ratings video very soon.